Hello, listeners, and welcome. This is the next episode of The Next Big Thing. And today we have a guest from Kuala Lumpur, from Malaysia. So it was a bit easier to coordinate this podcast. She is a multi-award winning singer, songwriter. She also writes a column for an article. And she is so talented. I can't wait to discuss her beautiful career. Please welcome Lyia Meta. Lyia, how are you?
I am fine. Thank you so much for having me here.
Fantastic. I'm so happy we could organize this. And you're right, your last name, I think Mark Zuckerberg, I think, he got inspired by your last name.
Now, if people were to Google Meta, they'll come across. It's either a good thing or a bad thing because
I think it's a great thing.
It's a great thing. Okay, good.
Yeah, I think they'll see the real Meta.
They'll see the real Meta. That's right.
All right, Mark. If you're listening, we're just joking. Please don't take this seriously. Okay.
No, do.
All right, good stuff. All right, welcome to the show, The Next Big Thing. Very happy to have you. And I can't wait to talk about your inspiring music journey. I want to inspire all our listeners. So before I get into it, though, you know how we do something traditionally on this podcast. So every guest,
Okay.
Yeah, are you ready?
Oh my gosh.
Comes. Oh, you're nervous. Has to share two things. Okay.
Okay.
Share two things, and you'll just share the two things. One of them is fact. One of them is something you've made up. It's fiction. Okay, it's just fib. And I don't know which one is which, so I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
All yours.
Okay, I am a singer, songwriter, visual artist, a writer, a producer, and I'm also a full-time interior designer.
Ooh.
Okay.
I can see something very interesting behind you there. I can't completely see it, but it looks a bit interesting.
It does.
Got some nice interior design going on. But the question is, did you do it? So, so say that first thing again: singer, songwriter, visual artist.
Singer, songwriter, visual artist, producer, writer, and a full-time interior designer.
And the second one was interior designer, right?
Singer, songwriter, visual artist.
What is the second
producer.
fact?
Second?
What is the second fact? What is the second statement?
Second statement was full-time interior designer.
Full-time interior designer. I know you're not that. So you're not full-time. You could be a part-time interior designer, but you're not a full-time interior designer. So that's fantastic. Look at that, guys. So singer, songwriter, visual artist, producer, a video, video creator, writer. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hats. That's a lot of hats to wear, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of hats to wear, but in actual fact, I did interior designing for a few years, for about 1 year over, then I stopped. Yeah.
Is that your work?
Sorry.
Behind you? Did you pick that?
Yes. These are my art pieces. Yeah, the few that I managed to hang up there because I have no more space in my studio.
Oh my God! Did you create these, or did you sort of source these?
No, I painted them.
Oh my!
They're all my paintings.
They're all your paintings.
Yeah, they're all my paintings.
Brilliant. So that's the visual artist part, guys.
There's the visual artist part.
That is astounding. Gosh, I am so much in awe of your multiple talents. Huh? So
thank you.
You write, music, and then you do videos as well, right? You were the editor and producer of your videos.
I produce all my videos, on my own, and I do the editing and the concept and everything else.
Wow, that is so fascinating. So much talent in one person. You're very blessed. You're very gifted.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's so cool. All right, take me back to the start. How did all of this start? It was music. Did you start with music, or did you start with visual arts, or writing? What came first?
Well, I come from a family that's artistically inclined. So we do music. My dad was a folkloric artist, and we kind of like followed in his footsteps. We didn't. It's not something it wasn't a revelation, sort of
Mm.
thing like, I want to do art or do music, because we were born into it and we took a lot of things for granted because
You inherited
um,
it.
you inherited it, and we
Uh,
just like it was like a way of life for us. And so
yeah,
we didn't
nice.
like say, wow, we had to work hard for something, but I mean, and we did work hard for it.
Mm.
We're not. I wasn't born to be able to do all this stuff that I did. It's a lot of years that I went into it.
Mm.
But at the same time, um, that's how that was the foundation of my, you know,
Mm.
growing years,
Mm.
being surrounded by art and music. But it, I didn't pursue that. I didn't want to pursue that. I didn't want to become an artist or a singer at
Oh,
all.
what did you
I
want to
ref
become?
I wanted anything but that.
Oh,
Yeah, I wanted a normal life, normal life,
yeah, I
you know,
know, I know, I know, I know now.
yeah, no, because, you see the bohemian lifestyle of your
Yeah,
parent, no, not my mom, my dad,
yeah,
people coming in the house, talking
yeah,
about music.
yeah,
It's a chaotic lifestyle,
yeah, yeah.
and my mom was like the only one who wasn't artistically gifted, so she kept
Mm.
us all grounded.
Mm. Good.
But I guess the universe had other plans for me, and so
Yeah.
when the time came, I embraced it. Cut to the chase, I embraced it simply because I met my life partner, and he, as an engineer
Oh,
by education, I mean, he did that, but he left all that to pursue music. So I kind of like, it was like on top of it all, you have the partner who also wants to do music, and so we
yeah,
did music together.
yeah.
I haven't left the stage.
Fantastic, fantastic. And your partner, does he do music with you, or is it a very different style of music, or?
No, we perform together all the time.
Oh,
That's
fantastic.
we are known as that two piece in Kuala
Ah,
Lumpur.
yeah,
So he also, for all the songs that I write, he
yeah,
does all the early production
yeah.
between he and I. So he does all the programming of how the
Fantastic,
music pieces should fall where it falls. And then we
fantastic.
take it to the studio and we get live musicians to play those parts.
Yeah,
But he's the one, and I'm the one who brainstorm it
yeah.
all initially at home, and we get it
Fantastic.
out.
Fantastic. What a beautiful combination. I love that. I love to hear this story. And like with me, I mean, no, it's no one else really does what I do in my entire family. And
Okay.
so, I hear your point about normal and not normal. So for a while,
Okay.
I thought I was not normal. And I was like, wow,
Okay.
why am I not so interested in engineering? Why do I not want to do a 9 to 5 job?
Okay.
With me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, actually, I'm the brilliant one. You are.
It's it. You are the gifted one. You're the one who's
I'm the genius.
you're the genius. Yeah. We all have a calling, we just don't realize it, Some of
Yeah.
us realize it a bit later.
Yes. No, very true. Very true. And
Mm.
I mean, I don't have any known skills so far in visual arts, but I love music like you. I love writing, so I'm a published novelist. I love storytelling, so I love the creative arts. And I've been,
Yes.
you have to pull me off the stage, really, like you. So I've been on the stage for 23 years. Yeah, I've done lots of concerts, more than easily over 500. I've lost count, and
Wow.
it's been astounding. So I share your passion and I understand, but it took me a long time. Like I actually did engineering. I worked, and then I was the kind of guy who at office I would be too scared to sing because obviously you can't sing at work. And then
Okay.
in the elevator, I
Ah,
would sing, and the moment the doors would open up, I'd stop singing. So and then I left that life behind, and I said, no one's going to stop me from singing. So
so the Clark Kent of music.
I wish.
I mean, yeah, the minute the elevator doors
Yeah,
close,
but
you
yeah,
are Superman,
yeah,
you
Superman.
know.
That's
Yeah,
right.
then after that, yeah.
That's right. That's right. Very true. Okay, that's a lot of fun to hear. And okay, so let's talk about the music side. And how long have you been a voting member with the Grammys?
Actually, I'm a new voting member myself.
This year as well?
Yes, yes, but
Hey!
wait, but this
Oh,
is
there's a
my
but.
fourth year on the ballot.
Oh, 14 on the ballot. Fantastic. Okay. So
Okay.
we're classmates. So I'm a new voting member like you as well. The news came in June on my birthday.
Yes.
I was so happy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a nice birthday.
On your, but
Yeah, it
yes.
was good. It was good. And fantastic. So congratulations to you. We're both classmates. and I'm really happy that we both got in this year.
Yes.
Right. So it'll be my second year on the ballot. So we went in last year.
Okay.
It was a very interesting experience. First time.
Yeah, it usually is an experience. An interesting experience is just that for me, it's just a roller coaster ride. Every year, my music's on the ballot. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, here's wishing you all the very best for at least a nomination this year.
Don't we all wish that?
At the very least. Well, I wish that for you. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Okay, we'll see how the journey unfolds. But take me back to the start of the journey. Your first album was "This Is You." Is that right? Is that
my first album is "This Is Lyia."
This is Lyia. Okay, right. Okay.
Yeah, that was in 2016. So all the songs written, all the songs written by me, and it was my first foray into recording and putting my work out there. So it's very raw. The entire album is very raw. I didn't want to. I try not to overthink a process because then you take away from the core of what you're supposed to be, of who you are. Absolutely. And it becomes about production. Then it becomes a different thing altogether. So that was This Is Lyia, and then I think I released Without Walls. That was a single that followed that. Also, I wrote the song, and that had a lot to do about lost chances in life because you question who you are, question where you are, stuff like that. And so one line in the song goes, just turn the page and rewrite your lines, because you've come so far in life, and there's a lot of regrets. So that you shouldn't regret. You can always rewrite your lines.
Yeah, so, you can always rewrite your lines. I love that. And
yeah,
you wrote that?
I wrote that, and that took me to Nashville, I think, for a nomination, kind of recall right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, and then I released another song, which is All My Love, which I collaborated for the first time with a songwriter from UK, and he's this award-winning songwriter who won so many. I think he's won the most awards as a songwriter for the Eurovision. So he hit me up after I came back from Nashville, and he said, from Tennessee, and he said, can we, work on this? And we worked on that. And between there and then, I released a few singles in the country genre.
Yeah, okay.
The pop rock, country, and metal, and a couple of other things. So then,
would you say your work goes across lots of genres? Because even with the Grammy, and we'll talk about Always You in a minute, but that you mentioned jazz and things like that. So do you cut across many genres, or is there one particular space that you belong to?
I am a multi-genre artist. I don't believe in picking a lane.
Yeah, I love it.
that might rub people off the wrong way, but I mean,
no, not for me.
But that is not a problem with the artist. That's a problem with the marketing people, because they can't market you when you are doing multi-genre, you see. But I feel you can't eat pasta every day. You can't eat pasta every day. Now, I as a songwriter, as a creative, I cannot write the same thing day in and day out. Because it's supposed to keep my fans there. I think fans generally want you to be true to yourself. They want an artist who's real. At least she's got to be honest, or he's got to be honest with himself. And I'm honest with myself. I cannot write just rock or blues, even though I love, my roots come from rock and blues. That's who I am. Okay, that's what I was brought up on. But I express myself best using the genres that I use. The genres are the vehicle for which I express myself and my lyrics. So I can't do that. So I'm a multi-genre. So when I'm angry, I use metal to push that home. And I've been angry for a long, long time. Because of the circumstances that we musicians are often caught in. In the threat. I mean, in the.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's just on and on and on. You don't really get the recognition you need. There's not enough proper wages for artists who have
Yeah.
earned their stripes, so to speak, and basically the entire uh, the whole picture is just rotten through and through. That's how I feel.
Yeah, yeah.
And during the pandemic, I wrote that song, which I wrote a long time ago, actually, but I
Right.
released it during the pandemic. That's We Are Lords, where I
Yeah.
was speaking about the uh, the situation that we were all in, So and I had some issues with how our present administration was handling the pandemic, and so there's a lot of tarot, the
Yep.
tarot cards that I use in reference to that, like the
Ooh.
magician and stuff like that. So all that comes from the tarot,
Yeah.
and so the deck of cards. So yeah,
Fantastic.
and then
I love that.
and then came then came songwriter Denise Dimin, who I've known for some time on Facebook, because we met on a women-centric songwriting platform, songwriters platform, musicians platform, and she had asked me a few times whether or not we would like to work together, but because of my I'm a full-time musician, performing artist, so it's very hard to have the voice to commit to somebody else's work, because on top of the fact that you are interpreting their work, you're also going to have to do justice to their work. You don't want to fail. So my voice was really short a lot of times performing.
Yeah.
And I only had time to do my stuff. I wanted to do my stuff. But during the pandemic, we were all caught up at home, and she contacted me again and said, why not try one song? I said, yeah, okay, on the condition that I get to do whatever I want to do with the song.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, well, definitely just do that. And we started with This One's For You, which was the single that was released in May of 2021, I think, 2021. Yeah. And we had such an amazing reception that she said, let's do more. So I said, okay, why don't we just stick to an EP? And so we did an EP of 5 songs, and one song was the sixth song was contributed by my producer. That's a blues song, but we made it into an EP, 6-song EP, and we haven't looked back since then, because the dynamics between Denise Dimin and myself, I would say it's a once in a lifetime sort of encounter, because um, she can finish a sentence for me. I don't have to finish that. And you find that in life partners, actually, a lot of times after spending a long time with a soulmate. But for Denise, she knows where I'm coming from. I sort of know where I would like to think I know where she's coming from, but she's been really very, I would say, giving, in the sense where, as a songwriter, your songs mean a lot to you. Giving it to someone without knowing what they're going to do with it takes a lot of faith.
100%.
And trust.
And where is she based? Where is she based?
She's based in Los Angeles. She's a Los Angeles songwriter.
Right.
Yeah, and so we did that 15013, and that went on the ballot.
Yeah,
that went on the ballot.
Why did you name it that? What is the story behind that?
The story behind that, you want to know the story behind the songs, or the story behind the
naming
title?
Of the album? The title.
What the title 15013 is because we worked from home, right? We were all locked down. I had to get police approval to travel from my home to the studio to get a proper vocal recording. I can do it at home, but I needed to have really clear recording. I wanted I don't shortchange anyone with that, including myself. So
that's so interesting.
But we were working because it was the first time we were working remotely ever. So Nashville, that's my producer, Los Angeles, and myself. So I'm the nucleus, I'm the 0.
Love it.
And then 15 is the hours between me and Los Angeles,
Wow.
and 13 is the hours between me and Nashville.
Wow. So you're the zero in the middle, the nucleus, and 15 hours
So
this side, 13 hours this side.
yeah, so
Fantastic.
15013, there was this radio show that played the songs, and they
Yeah.
said, yeah, we want to know what that 15 I mean, I wasn't live with them, but they were talking among themselves as two
Wow.
DJs were trying to guess, and they
Wow.
said, is that probably her age? I was thinking, right, now how do you figure out her age with 15013? Where
That's true.
does that
At first, when I
that
saw it, I thought it was a date, and then I was like, "Oh, hang on, there's one digit missing." So, I was like, that can't be right." But
yeah,
great story. I love that. But look, I love the point you made about multi-genre, and I think musicians being true to themselves about who they are. And
yeah,
I don't like it when people try to box me or my music. And
mm,
there's always been this thing about, a lot of well-meaning, elderly people have come to me and said, I think you should just do one thing. because
yeah,
uh, and then I'm like, hang on, you're finding it hard to box me, right? So
yeah.
I'm very comfortable with what I'm.
That's right. So it's not an issue with you, it's them, you
Mm.
know.
Yeah. So,
So
and even with music, and I strongly believe that people should be authentic, because if you're authentic, then it shows in your music. Um,
mhm.
and I mean, I'm only submitting one song to the Grammys this year. It's my first time, and yours as well. So I thought I'll keep it simple for me. So I'll just do one category, and it's just one song, and it's a song
Mhm.
that was born out of me leaving home, many years ago. I'm an only child, and
Okay. Oh,
yeah, and it was difficult for my mother when I moved.
yes.
My address was different to hers for the very first time, and
Okay.
so I wanted to write a song to her, and then I realized, hang on, this happens in most houses, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
I wanted to capture that moment, and
Mhm.
when the mother hits empty nest, as they say,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that's what my song Nindya is about, and I don't think I think I sent it to you, but and so it's a song that has come from a genuine place. A lot of people told me it's not pop, it's not write a love ballad or write a heartbreak song, and I'm like, no, I want to
Mm.
write this. It's
Yeah.
coming from me, so I
Yeah.
write
Yeah.
it. So um, yeah, so I had that discussion with that song, is what I was trying to say, but I said no, I'm going to do me. I don't care. So.
How long have you been away from home?
Oh, home. Well, it's been a while now. It's been 15,
Okay.
16 years now.
Okay.
But yeah, so and for many, this song took a long time for me to write. Conceptually, I thought
Mm.
I should write a song for mom. I should write a song for her, because even though we're close, I don't express it as much. We just talk
Okay.
about everything else.
I
But
think that's very Asian, actually.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we are close, mind you, but just this sentiment, I found it hard to convey in words. So I said, okay, I'll write a song.
Okay.
It took a
Has she heard it yet?
Yeah, she loves it. She loves it.
Oh, good,
Loves it. So
good.
even now, when I perform it live, I tell the story, and people are very moved, and especially the mothers.
Oh,
So,
okay. Good, 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 good.
yeah, yeah. But to your point, I understand your point of musicians being authentic and being genuine to who they are.
Yeah.
I think you make a very good point. All right, let's talk
Thank you.
about Grammy voting members. So I'm guessing you went through the same excitement that I did, huh? This year when the news came through, I'm guessing I'm still excited. Like, I'm buzzing.
You are? Okay.
Yeah, well, okay, not maybe buzzing, but I'm still excited. I
Of
wake up,
course.
I wake up every morning and go, wow, that was cool.
Yes, it is cool. It is cool.
Yeah, and what is unfortunately though, I don't know about Malaysia, right? But in
Mm-hmm.
Melbourne, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
anyone else who's actually been accepted. So I feel very lonely. So I said, okay, let me reach out to other members and
Okay.
at least try to get talking to them. And I have this podcast going on anyway. So I said, okay,
Okay.
that's a good way. I'll get to know them and they can get to know
Okay.
me. And
Mm.
so, and I like
You're a
talking.
smart person, very smart person.
I don't know about smart, but I'm just curious. I like to make new friends. I like to talk to people. So
Yes, I think so too. I mean, I'm the same. It's just that um, I hold myself back a lot because
yeah.
I don't like to intrude on people's
Mm,
space.
mm,
I'm known my partner always says, you don't know when to stop talking. You should learn to stop talking, because I can go on and on and on when I meet someone and I'm in a conversation. But
Yeah.
I've learned to hold back now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
but
was I was going to say you are a wonderful talker, but you're also a wonderful listener. You know.
thank you.
Good, good. Okay, let's talk about Always You. Tell me
Okay.
about that. And that's going, I believe, in multiple categories. Tell me about
Yes.
tell me,
Okay.
yeah,
Always you
story.
is the it's the okay. What you wanted to say something else? Please do.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Always You. Yes.
Always You is the right after we finished 15013, and it was on a ballot and all that kind of stuff, and it received the good reception, and people were saying, Lyia, we would like to hear you do more of this genre, this sort of music,
Yeah.
and that one had actually had a bit of soul, a bit of blues, a little bit
Mm,
of jazz, pop,
mm,
adult contemporary or whatever
yeah.
it's very I struggle with genres once they break it down to so many genres, like
Yeah.
adult contemporary, then it's this, then Americana, then that,
Yeah.
then that. So
Yeah.
you really don't know where to put it, but I'll
Yeah.
just so it was very exciting when we had that feedback. And um then I got caught up in another album with
Mm,
my producer who produced 15013.
right.
We also hit it off, and he liked what I was
Mm.
doing. He liked working with me because
That's the 13 in one
that's
five.
the 13. That's
Yeah.
Bob McGilpin, and
Yeah.
he's like this. He's a three-time Billboard #1 charting artist. He's a now he's retired from performing, but he used to do
Right.
performance all of. So anyway, cut to the chase, we did another album, and we did an R&B soul funk album.
Mm,
Some people term it as, like, I recently heard someone say it's jazz fusion.
mm,
So which has jazz, has a bit of R&B
mm.
influences and stuff all thrown in the
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah.
So we did that, and that also went on to the ballad.
Yeah.
Okay, I put it
Nice.
on the ballot. But that kind of like that kind of made me break away from all the other stuff that I was doing, even though
Mm,
I will still go back to what I was doing.
mm,
Like took me further away from my rock and my metal.
mm.
I was headed that way before
Yeah.
15013.
Yeah.
And so um we did that album, and then Denise wrote me a song.
Oh, she wrote you
Now,
a song.
she wrote a song for me.
Oh
So
man,
how many people can boast of that? So
no, no,
the
very cute.
song,
This is a
that's
beautiful
right.
relationship. Wow.
Yeah. So she wrote me this song called Always You. And she was
Is
a bit
your
reluctant for
husband
me.
jealous?
Say again?
Is your husband jealous? A partner?
No, she wrote the song Always You about my husband and me.
Okay.
So she was really taken up with the dynamics that my partner Zach, that Zach and I had on stage.
So
She
nice.
just found it, she tapped into that, and she found it unusual,
Mm.
and she tried to get into the perspective of Zach and me, of how it is to work in a condition where, in a situation where I was always getting all the attention on
Yeah.
stage. Because Zach, if you've ever seen Zach perform, he's a very
Yeah.
quiet guy.
Right.
He's
Right.
almost he can go through a whole set without moving a muscle except his fingers moving on the guitar. So
Right.
he's like really very quiet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then it looks like, and I'm the vivacious one who's going everything in front,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so, and I get a lot of attention. So she wrote this song,
Mm.
and the Always You is supposed to is me telling him that at the end
Yeah.
of the day I can get all the attention from everybody, but at the end of the day it's always you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so that
gorgeous.
always, yeah. Yeah,
That's
so
so nice. That is so
yeah,
nice.
that's so
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
nice. Like,
Yeah.
but I didn't know how to react to it, because really how many people write you songs. And
Yeah.
on top of that, they write you about a song about your life on stage, which is
Yeah.
more than half what my existence is. It's on
Which is
stage.
home, right? I mean, stage is home for me and
It's
you,
home.
right?
It's
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, you have to also think about the fact that how many people actually
Mm.
take into the account how difficult it is to keep a relationship or a marriage, in my case, it's a marriage, to keep a marriage
Mm,
going and intact.
mm,
When you have all these outside forces
mm,
that are going to tempt you or pull
mm,
you in different directions, how difficult is it to
mm,
do that?
mm,
You must either be
mm.
really so in love and
Yeah,
so dedicated to each other. But
yeah,
let's face it, all
yeah,
marriages face a
yeah,
lot of hills and valleys, and we
yeah,
have all that.
yeah, yeah,
So being on stage with him being on stage with him, living with him
yeah, yeah,
for years on end,
yeah,
24/7,
yeah,
365 days,
yeah.
is very difficult. It's
Wow.
far harder than
Mm,
you think it is. Okay, because at the end of the day, um, this is the stage, this is your relationship.
mm,
Okay, so you have to make it work.
mm.
Okay,
That's so
so
so beautiful. I love it. You know, I'm a fan of Denise already. So, so that's great. That's very thoughtful, and that's just so cool.
yeah,
And I can't
is
wait.
it?
After this podcast, I'm going to check the music out. Okay, my apologies. I haven't checked that album out.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So that song catapulted us into another album.
Mm,
So we started with that song,
mm,
and then I picked a few more songs from a catalog that would fit the whole story. So
mm,
the tapestry of the album is a continuation from the 15013. If you have listened to 15013,
mm,
then this one goes deeper into the story.
mm,
Okay,
mm.
and the arrangements of the tracks in order tells a story itself. So
Wow.
I didn't write any of the songs. I
Right.
didn't write any of the songs.
They're
Denise
all
wrote all
written
of
by.
them,
Oh, she wrote all of them. Okay.
all of them. But I can relate to all the lyrics. I've been there at some point in my life.
Mm,
What she wrote and what she felt is another thing altogether. But
yeah.
what I took away from it and interpreted it the way I did
Yeah.
for the album is
Mm,
entirely my experience.
yeah.
So I brought the walls down.
Mm,
So, because to begin with, the title track already speaks about the dynamics of a husband and wife on stage and stuff like that.
yeah.
So let's not beat around the bush. The
Yeah.
whole thing is going to be about your emotions,
Mm,
the raw emotions of
mm,
being in love,
mm,
being rejected, or having to be apart from each other for periods of time, or
mm,
saying goodbye.
mm,
Lamenting to. I mean, like For You, the song
mm,
For You,
mm.
which is a little bit different from all the rest of the tracks.
Yeah.
The song For You speaks about breaking up and wanting to try again, but not wanting to try again because it's not going to get anywhere anyway,
Mm,
because it's not unrequited love. It's
mm.
just things are so messed up, but
You can't put it.
there's that conversation between him and I. The poor guy is not even here to say anything. But
Uh,
the truth is, I put myself in a situation where it's him and I having this conversation where things are so bad at that point.
yeah.
Um, and he's he's not answering me, of course, but I'm answering him for every answer that he gives.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you should, if you watch the video for that,
Mm.
it's which I did for the directed that video.
And
It's
you
all
did you
about,
directed that. Yeah.
yeah, I did that, and it's all about the emotions of being in that moment where you just want to end it all. But
Yeah.
why should we end it all? Like, why should we end it all? Haven't we given a lot to it already?
Yeah.
But we have to end it all.
Yeah.
So that's the journey with
Pow-
with
Powerful
Always
stuff.
You.
Yeah, yeah, that's full on, intense, very intense, very
It's
nice.
quite
Yeah, I
intense.
can't
Yeah.
wait to check it out. Actually, and I will. And I love relationship dynamics. I write about that. My
Okay.
my novels are my stories that I write are about that. So I'm very very fascinated with this interplay.
If you
And
if you get a chance to at a time to listen it from the top to the bottom, from
mm,
start to finish, because there's
mm,
a story behind that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I deliberately didn't want for it to be overproduced.
mm,
It's a very well produced album. My producer did a fantastic job with
mm,
me. We both produced the album alongside each other, but he did the arrangements and it's really fantastic. But
mm,
where the vocals were concerned, I didn't want to overdo it. So which means I
yeah,
didn't redo the vocals again and again and again and again. I went into the studio and did them all in one take. Did
yeah,
them one take and made sure that the emotions were intact,
Yeah.
But if the timing was a little bit off for certain parts, like, I came in too soon, or the intonation was wrong, I will correct that part, because thank God for studios, you can just drop in, whatever part that it, So
I mean,
that's it.
my teachers, and I've had a few, and it's fascinating. Well done on getting the album out. I'll check it out, and I hope it goes far and wide. My teacher said to me, what is art? Art is expression of emotion. And he says, when he talks about music, we can get lost in the technicalities. And there are many performers who are probably technically more proficient than I am, for example. But I pride myself on the fact that I can reach out and touch the heart of every person in the audience. I can do that. And for me, if I can do that, I'm good. If I miss, live performances are always a bit, they can, they're interesting. You can get with the vibe. And I'm okay to compromise a little bit on technicality if I can get the emotion right, if I can connect.
Yeah. Yes. So we're on the same page with that. That's great.
Oh yeah.
That's good. I think that's where we reside. We as the artists reside in the song, in the piece that we are delivering. If we try to overthink it all, then it's just a song.
Yeah.
It's just notes and everything that falls into place. That's right. But we don't reside there. You see, I want to reside in my music, and I wanted to create something timeless. So
which is
hope
very
it works
interesting,
out.
because that's the beauty of music, right? I mean, we might not be there in about, say, I don't know, 100 years, let's be safe. But our music can remain. And they will outlast us, and they might impact somebody 200 years later. Our music might impact somebody, and that power of music is so fascinating. Okay, lovely. Now I'm very curious to see you guys live. You and husband and wife. I want to see this. I want to see this dynamics. Have you ever performed here in Australia?
No, I've not performed in Australia. We went to India.
Oh, you went to India?
I traveled last year. That's one of the reasons why this album took 1 year to complete. I went to Los Angeles. I performed in Los Angeles for Denise and a house concert. Then I went to Texas and I performed in Texas. Then I traveled to Nashville, went on to India, performed in Kerala. And I went back again recently. I just came back in July after performing there, and I think I might be going back there later this year. Fantastic. For summer performances.
And you perform all your work, all your your creations, your compositions?
I do all the releases from my catalog, except the country songs.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So I'm kind of from Kerala.
You are?
Ancestral roots are from Kerala, but I live
really?
in other parts of India.
Okay, so we traveled together, and he'll play the rhythm guitar, and then we get a band from there that joins us, and then they play the other parts. So we get
good musicians in Kerala.
Oh, they are really good musicians in Kerala. I do not regret taking that step there.
They're good. I've performed with some of them before. There's good stuff that comes out of that state. They have a very good film industry, so they produce some of the best films in the country. And I'm a movie buff as well, so I love myself.
Okay, wow.
Okay, fantastic. No, great to know. So hopefully we'll get you to Australia. Hopefully.
You never know. Never say never.
Never say never. So I would, if you're touring Australia, you have to let me know. Okay.
Of course.
And because I'll be there. I'll come watch you guys, and I want to see this whole. And there's always you dynamic on stage.
There's no dynamics. The dynamics is in his quiet, silent presence. But it's can you imagine the emotions that's running through his head when this guy walks up to me and hits on me or something like that? Come on. At the end of the day, you know that these things would be running through your head if however cool you look on the outside. So those things, doing them all the time, every day when you go and work, it must be hard for the poor guy.
It must be. I agree. And very honestly, I don't know how you do it, because my wife and I always talk, and she's not in the music industry. She's musical.
Okay.
She's talented. And she's in the medical field. But we talk about couples who work together. Like, you know, so you wake up in the morning, you catch the same train or the bus to work, your desks are next to each other, you spend 8 hours you'll have lunch with each other, and then you know, things like that. And then you come back home and have dinner together and go to sleep together. And I'm like, what? How do you do that?
Yeah. How do you do that? How do you do that?
Yeah, we have I have a lot of respect for what you do, because my wife and I, you know, we have a nice marriage, but I think it's partly because there's enough time away.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. No, yeah, it's deep. I will be the first to say, on the outside, it looks like you have something perfect for me.
Yeah.
But the truth is, it's a lot of hard work.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's a lot of hard work because it's two different people in the same space 24/7. And the end of the day, I'm very lucky. He is the captain of the ship, no matter what. I know that, but I'm the captain of my destiny.
Oh, good one. Well said. Well said. I really like that. Is he also into like visual arts, and you know, does he write as well, or is he pure music?
No, he just plays the guitar and he does all the programming. So all the music that we do on stage, he does all the, he's the artist, and he's the repertoire. He picks all the songs and he programs them all on his analog machine. He doesn't use those DAW. He doesn't have a DAW like a computer. He's old school, you know. So he puts in each single beat, each drum, each piano sound.
Wow.
He works really very hard.
I can imagine.
You know. Yeah.
This is fantastic. No, I'd love to see your set in live here. No. Okay. No, that's good. Wow. Okay. I could keep talking to you for a very long time, Lyia.
No, I know. But
in the interest of time, we'll probably have to come to our very last question, which I don't know if I shared with you or not, but this is the question I ask every guest. Okay.
Okay.
So the show is called The Next Big Thing, and the next big thing refers to our listeners who I would like to inspire them to lead very creative lives, to express themselves creatively, not suppress. And you know, and how I do that is through the guests. So the guests come, they share their beautiful journeys like you have, you know, their stories, their music, and that will help people break out of their shackles and express themselves. Because I've suppressed myself and I have expressed myself, and I know the difference. So, you know, and that's what I hope. My purpose in life is to spread joy and inspiration to all like-minded people, which is why I speak, which is why I do music, and all of that is aligned. So the question, here it goes. All right, ready?
Okay.
What, according to Lyia Meta, is the one non-negotiable must-have if you want to be the next big thing? If one wants to be the next big thing.
I think, since do I have to condense it?
No, you go for it.
Okay. Hard work, perseverance, don't doubt yourself, allow mistakes, but keep at it. Do not give up. The one thing you must have is perseverance, I think, above all. You know?
It's a key skill, right, for a musician. Like, you can have
a key skill.
Musical talent, but if you don't persevere,
because there'll be 1,000 no's before you get that one yes. But it's worth waiting for that one yes.
Yes, it is. Fantastic perseverance. And I can see that, right? Ever since we started our conversation, you know, I could say like, wow, this is one persevering, determined woman. I love it. I love to see that.
Thank you.
It reminds me to be that. Okay, it inspires me to be that as well, because so thank you for making the time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day in Kuala Lumpur, and
thank you.
You know, thank you for being on the show.
Sriram, thank you very much. I really appreciate the time you've taken, and you know what, I didn't think I have so much of fun.
Yeah, me too. I had lots of fun.
I enjoyed talking to you. Good luck in the ballot. You know, I really wish you luck. At least you have one. You don't have to have too much of a headache. I'm 6.
That's true. That's true. Well, wishing you all the very best, and hopefully I'll see you in LA.
Yes. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.